Good afternoon and welcome to another live edition, our fourth season of Wealth Building Wednesday. I am your host, Miss Lydia Chapman. I serve as TRHT Selma Director, and Wealth Building Wednesday is brought to you by TRHT Selma. TRHT stands for Truth, Racial Healing, and Transformation. We are an initiative that is brought to the Selma, Dallas County community by the Selma Center for Nonviolence and the Black Belt Community Foundation. The goal of Wealth Building Wednesday is for us to engage you, our listeners and viewers, in the opportunity with connecting folks to real life opportunity to build wealth. And what better way to do that than to connect you with educational resources and opportunities to actually help us transition from going to a job every day to having a career. And so our guest today, Ms. Chardae Austin, is an amazing resource in our community. She works in the Workforce Development Department at Wallace Community College, Selma, right here in the historic city of Selma, Alabama. And so I am excited. Welcome, Chardae.
Thank you.
Welcome to Wealth Building Wednesday. We're glad to be able to have this time to talk to you about all the things that the Workforce Development Department has going on. And there is a whole list of things that you all have going on, classes and opportunities. So wanted to quickly ask you to just kind of share a little bit of information with folks about who you are and what you do in the Workforce Development Department at Wallace. And we'll start to answer some questions.
All right. I've been with the college going on 4 years now, mainly in the Workforce Development Department for about the last 2 years. Our main goal here is to, like you said, the connection, find students with what they want to do. And the thing is, a lot of students, they don't want to do those. They don't want to commit to the 2-year program. That's mainly what workforce development is for, short-term programs to kind of go ahead and get students trained for that specific area that they are looking to get into.
Awesome. So now you've said some magical words there, and we're definitely going to get to all of them. But so now, why though is workforce development necessary? What impact does workforce development have on a city?
I think workforce development is necessary because you will be surprised by just speaking to the average person that there are a lot of things that they simply just don't know. They're just simply not aware of, times are changing or whatever the case may be. And especially for the adult population now, younger people, they're a little more, out there and know the different types of platforms and things that is going on. But for workforce development, again, we're like that missing puzzle. We're putting people here, putting people there, finding the resources. Almost like I would say workforce development is a pathway. Let us know what you want to do. Let us know the time frame you're trying to complete this, and let us know exactly where you're trying to be at, or what you're trying to receive for yourself at the end. And we'll set that up for you with the programs that we do provide at the college.
So now for a city, though, does it make a difference when we're trying to attract new industries or jobs or anything like that? Does workforce development and what you all offer make a difference as folks are seeking to move companies into a community?
Yes, I would say that'll make a big difference because for those new companies, workforce development can provide those, future employees for them. And then not only that, train them specifically for what that company is trying to provide for the community. Actually train them and have them ready to go and work for them.
So now, what programs, because I know there's a long list of programs that you all offer. So what programs do you offer for adults who are seeking to transition, maybe just from having a job into a career, because careers pay better? Listen. So what are the things that you all have in place? What programs do you offer areas of study?
Again, we do have a lot going on. We have a lot coming, but currently our biggest thing is, of course, and I think a lot of people are familiar with the CDL program with Wallace. It is a 8-week program. You can do through the week, which is Monday through Thursday, or you can do through the weekend, which is Saturday and Sunday out on Craigfield. And then our heavy equipment training classes, those are really, really big to the point so that we are working with adults and we are working with high school as well. Heavy equipment consists of bulldozer, excavator, roller, and skid steer. And not only that, now this comes through Skills for Success Innovation Center. So we have heavy equipment that we're working on. We have community health worker. We have mental health worker. And what else? I think fiber optics. That's a new one and a big one too. Fiber optics. And not only that, even for our students that are looking to get in the healthcare field, we offer our PCT programs and our medical assistance program as well.
Wow. So I said that you all have a lot of courses that people can participate in. And so now when it comes to, you said the difference between the traditional route of, say, like going for masonry or welding is that it could potentially take up to 2 years for you to earn your associates. But when you're going through the workforce development department, that's a shorter period of time, right?
I would say
go ahead.
I would say the CDL program is maybe our longest program. It's 8 weeks, so it's 2 months. Everything else especially that goes through like Skills for Success, you're looking at maybe 4 to 6 weeks for these other programs to get your certificate at the end.
Wait, so in 4 to 6 weeks, an adult can enroll in a course. Let's just say it's heavy equipment operation. I'm an adult. I have been working a full-time job, earning $10.75 an hour, and I can come do a 4-week course, a 6-week course.
Crazy thing is, heavy equipment is not even 4 to 6 weeks. It's actually an only 2-day lab. So the way the heavy equipment training set up and everything that goes through Skills for Success, the student has to register online. You complete your online modules. That is based on you. If you log on, work at your pace, and get everything done, it can take you maybe a week to do all the online modules. Once we have a good amount of students who have completed the online modules, the students will come to a site and do hands-on, which is only a 2-day lab. So honestly, heavy equipment can be anywhere between 1 to 2 weeks.
Wow. So now, so let me go back to my example. I'm an adult working a job. I've been working for the last couple of years, making $10.75 an hour. So within a week, though, I could potentially, if I put that work in, I could potentially go from $10.75 to what, like $15, $20 an hour? Like, what do machine operators, heavy equipment operators earn?
I would say they're probably looking at about $20 to $22 an hour.
Wow.
Yes, ma'am.
So literally double my salary within a week. So now that would be a phenomenal opportunity for families, individuals and families that are looking to enhance their income, because doubling a salary, think about that, what that looks like when it comes to building wealth, right? If you're struggling, if I'm struggling as a parent to provide for my child at $10.75, within a week, learn the skills. And ladies, let's not be afraid of heavy equipment operation. So what if, let's see what that could potentially look like for a household and the transitions that we could make from perhaps being a renter into a homeowner, perhaps being able to invest in things that will help our children in the future. Storing some money away for a college education for our kids, if that's the role, if that's the journey that they choose to travel. So, wow. WCCS can change lives within a week. Listen.
We're trying.
Yeah. So now how do folks apply? Like, how would I apply for a course through WCCS if I'm interested in changing my life in such a drastic way?
So most of the short-term programs are on the website, but the things for like Skills for Success, which is the heavy equipment, community health worker, all those programs, you would go ACCS, Skills for Success Innovation Center online. You'll pick the program that you want, and then it'll connect you to the school that is closest to you, which will be Wallace. Once you do that, they'll send us an interest form and say, hey, such and such want to do A, B, C, and D. I'll reach out to them and I will send them the registration link to get started. And then we go from there.
Wow. So I'm super excited, and I hope folks who are watching are tagging and sharing, because this is some valuable information. And you said that you all are working with high school students.
Yes, yes. We're currently working with Selma High. They're doing community and health worker. We was working with Wilcox. They did the skid steer for heavy equipment. Demopolis, Amila Johnson High School, Marion Junction. What school is down there? Is it Francis Marion? But yeah,
Francis Marion.
Francis Marion. We're even working with a charter school in Livingston as well for the heavy equipment training as well. Yes, ma'am.
Wow. So even our high school students can have an opportunity to go straight from high school to earning $20, $30 an hour, depending on the areas that they choose to invest their time in. Because when you think about all of the needs, right, and where you see heavy equipment and people operating those machines, whether it's a new home being built or new businesses, all sorts of reasons that folks, tree removal, right? These are all reasons why people need heavy equipment operators. So I go to the ACCS website, and then you all follow up with me. So what about enrollment? What should I expect after you make that initial contact with me? I've gone through the application process and looking at enrollment. What should I expect then?
Okay, so once you go through the application process, and we get that interest form, we'll send out the link. The link is gonna give you access to Canvas where you will do those online modules. I think it's like 10 assignments for each class. And then I'll go in every week and kind of like look to see where you're at, what's your progress. I may send out an email, text message, hey, you're kind of halfway through. We got a lab coming up on such and such day. If you can go ahead and knock this out, we'll put you on the list for the lab. But before you can participate in the lab, you have to complete the online assignments first. Once we get about, I guess, maybe about 8 or 10, students ready to go. Sometimes if there's just a need for it, we'll go ahead and run it with, the students that we have available. We'll reach out to our instructors, let them know what class we have coming, which is skid steer, bulldozer, or whatever the case may be. And even if it's not heavy equipment, we do have instructors that do food and beverage, hospitality, and the community health worker. We'll let them know how many students we got, where's the location, because we have different sites. We'll send information out to the students. Hey, lab is on this day, this time, and we'll see you there.
So now, what is the cost for this? Because this almost sounds too good to be true. What's the cost for this?
Crazy thing, Lydia, all of our programs are free. All of our programs are free. We even try to find ways to provide incentives for our students, because I think like the biggest barrier, like people be want to participate, but sometimes they don't have simple things like transportation getting to and from campus or different sites, or gas, or even with our women in trucking program. That's a good one. Now that's CDL as well. They do so much for their students who participate. If it's things with like rental assistance, helping with bills, I don't care what that student need while they're in that program, they're going to provide that resource for them, or find someone who can, provide it for them. Because the worst thing is having someone who wants to participate, who's trying to do something, but they have barriers that they just have no control over. So we do try to find our best to make sure that while you're in the program, you have everything you need. And even maybe a few weeks afterwards, or a month or so, because even with our women in trucking, we followed with them for at least 2 years to make sure they need help with job placement, interviews, or just any type of recommendation or things like that. So we do try to keep up with them to see where they are at and if there's any other assistance we can provide for them.
So now, wait a minute. In less than a month, for free, I could potentially change my life, including get assistance to help me move through the coursework and graduate successfully, receive my certification, and you help me find a job that is within the field that I just got my certification in.
Yes, ma'am.
So what is the catch?
There's no catch. There is no catch because that is just the goal behind workforce development. We're really trying to do more with job placement because even if you have the people who participate and or whatever the case may be, just being where we're located at, which is in Selma, is still hard. Like there's not that many companies here, and there's probably not that many job placements. Like if you got 10 people that went through a PCT program, but then if you go online just for Selma itself, you may only see 2 to 3 openings. So we're still trying to add on to exactly what can we do to help when it comes to job placement. Like, but I know a lot of people thought, oh, well, you can go to surrounding areas like Montgomery, but the purpose is those quality people that we're putting out. We want them here in our community. We don't want to send them off to Birmingham or to Montgomery. We want to keep them.
Right. Absolutely. And so in saying that, I want to encourage folks who may have gone through the program already or people who are interested in the programs to think about even the possibility of going into an office space or into a workspace that may kind of fall off the radar, right? Selma has a lot of nonprofit organizations, some of who like a community health worker, your mental health workers, even folks who are working on developing properties, right? I know that there's a partnership that the city of Selma right now has with NACA, which is the neighborhood association. They are building houses in our community for people to transition from becoming renters to owners. So there may be some little pockets of employment that pay really well because, again, you all are helping people transition from not just having a job, right? We want to wake up and for folks to have a passion for what they do. When we find our purpose, when we have passion about what it is that we do, even when people might rub us the wrong way at the workplace, because we love what we do, it makes it a whole lot easier for us to stick it out and just have a positive attitude and produce that customer service that folks, really have come to expect of our community. Selma is one of the most historic cities in the South. We have the largest contiguous historic district in the entire Southeast. So, folks are out here. And so jobs are available. And like you said, we want to retain the talent. We don't want to just train people so they go elsewhere. We want to retain the talent here in Selma. So we got a free program. We have free programs, y'all, that can help you with everything from rental assistance to transportation, programs that literally can transform your income, transform your life in less than a week, some of them, right? If we put that work in, we could go from for my earlier example, $10.75 an hour, all the way up to $20 to $22 an hour in just a week of training. So this is an extraordinary opportunity for our community and folks who are listening. Aside from and you talked about all of the other supply costs and things like that. So if I'm in, say, like the welding class, is there special equipment that I may need, and is there assistance available for those things? Because I think welders wear those big all the stuff. Look.
Yeah. Now, yeah, and we do have a short-term welding program, but again, anything that is offered through workforce development, students do not have to pay. We're going to make sure they have all the resources, all their supplies, books, or whatever the case may be. All of that is taken care of firsthand by our department. There's nothing that they need to bring but their time so they can work through their program, but everything is always taken care of.
So now, where do I come? So if I enroll, let's say, and you talked about transportation. So am I coming to the Wallace campus, or do you all have satellite locations for courses, or are these courses that are online largely?
So for Skills for Success, again, those first 10 assignments, they are online. But when you come in for our labs, we have labs in different locations. We have labs in Marengo County. We have a lab here. We have one in Demopolis, Yates Construction. We have them just in surrounding areas. It just depends on, and our biggest one is in Sumter County. I forgot about that. Sumter County down there in York. That's our biggest. I wouldn't say our biggest location, but we get a lot of numbers coming in. It just depends on where you want to do your training at. If Selma is closest, if Demopolis is closest or whatever the case may be. We just set it up based on the need and where the students are located at. And then for our high school students, we go to them because they are high school students. We'll go out to the school, we'll see where the area at, like if they're doing heavy equipment, we'll go outside and see if they got enough space. We'll order the equipment, they'll send equipment out to the school. We send the supplies, like I think it's goggles, safety vests, earplugs, all of that. We ship it directly out to the school. Even with food and beverage, we go to the school, we'll see if they got a building that that has everything, running water, and our instructor will go out there. But regardless of that, if it's not on site at the school or at another location, we'll just do it here at Wallace.
So now you all are making this super easy for folks to come into the program and to experience success. Are there success stories that you can share of folks who have come into your programs through workforce development and literally transformed their lives?
Yes. I want to say maybe last year we had a student who came through Women in Trucking CDL. Right after she finished the program, she started working for Dollar General. Dollar General, yes. Don't know exactly what she's doing now because she did just have a baby, but she started working directly for Dollar General. And then I think we had a community health worker course September the 14th. And there was a student, she was kind of having issues with getting signed up or whatever. Once we finally got her signed up, I just sent her certification yesterday, and she texted me and she was like, "Oh, Miss Austin, thank you. I would have never been able to do this without you." And I be thinking to myself, like, I didn't really do anything but what my job is. But you will be surprised how grateful people are when when you can just show that you actually care, like you're actually trying to help them accomplish whatever they're setting out to do with you. Like if you can just, and it's not necessarily like having to show it, but if that's what you're trying to do, it's going to come off like that anyway.
Mm-hmm. I really, I want to go back to the idea of purpose and passion, because you said that you've been in the department for about 2 years now. And to congratulate you on having, found this purpose in your position, because it does make a difference, right? Like you literally are helping people to change their lives. And when people can look back and say, I didn't know if I was going to make it. I thought about doing this. It seemed like it was easy. It got tough, in the middle of the course. I almost gave up, but Miss Austin called me and said, you got to keep going. Like, that's a part of what I meant when I said earlier, when we were discussing the importance of, finding something that we're passionate about, something that gives us purpose. Because when you are walking in your purpose, it really makes a difference. You do your job in a different way. Like if it is not your purpose to be a teacher, honey, you will not be a great teacher.
You do. And crazy thing is, I graduated from Wallace. And then I went on to Alabama State, and my main thing was, oh my God, I'm gonna leave Selma, which I did. I did leave Selma, and to be honest, it was probably one of the toughest times of my life. COVID brought me back home, and it's been a blessing ever since then.
Yeah, I think there are a lot of folks that I'm finding that have ventured off, being born and reared here in Selma, done some things, as far as like going off to college, maybe even assumed careers in other spaces, right? But then, when it's put on your heart to come home, or when situations, cause us to come home, we can literally find our purpose, find our passion in the place that has given, help to make us who we are. Selma has truly created some great folks, birthed some great people and helped to nurture some amazing talent in our that is now not just serving the Selma community, but serving the world. So now, how do I get in touch with you or your colleagues, or let's go over that again. Let's talk about getting this process started, because you have literally described a situation that many would say feels like it's too good to be true, right? Okay. Because it's free. within 4, no longer than 8 weeks, because I didn't hear you describe one single program that's beyond a 2-month period, right? So if it's free, it's within 2 months, and I can go from having a job and earning close to minimum wage, right, to having a career where I'm earning, could like literally double my salary within a week. Touch with you. How do I get this process started?
So direct phone number is 876-9285. Email address Chardae.Austin@WCCS. And if you forget any of that, just call directly to Wallace, ask for me, and they will transfer you over directly to me. And while we're on this subject, I do want to let you guys know that our Best Buy Teen Tech Center, it does fall under workforce development. So for our younger people who are not just exactly looking for work, we do have a lot of internships, a lot of different types of resource camps and things that our Teen Tech Center is always working on. Miss Letty Hasbury and Kaymon McGuire, those are our two staff members over there, and they are great. We do have a scholarship that has opened up. I want to say it is about $10,000 renewable for up to 4 years. For HBCU. Now, it doesn't have to be a HBCU, but so if you guys are looking for anything, please contact them as well.
So now that's good to know about the Teen Tech Center. I didn't know that fell under workforce development. And so I'm excited to say that I've been in that space. We actually hosted a Canva basics class over there about 2 weeks ago. Kaymon and Letty are doing an extreme wonderful. They are absolutely amazing people who are doing some wonderful work with our teenagers. So I think it's 14 to 19-year-olds.
I would say 13 to 19 because it is a teen tech center, but we do have different activities for our younger, that's like maybe 11, 12 or whatever the case may be. So especially in the summertime, we have elementary kids in there too. But for those just specific resources, for the internships, usually around 13 and up.
Okay. So 13 and up, if you have a teenager who is interested in everything from anime to podcasting, there's a studio there. Like, we are blessed to have such an amazing resource in our community. Get your young person signed up today. So I am definitely going to drop in the chat, go back and put in all of the contact information. I want to thank you so very much for taking time out this afternoon to share this wealth of information with folks about all the things that are available through the Workforce Development Department at Wallace Community College, Selma. Now, if you don't know where Wallace is in Selma, then you can always Google, but they are located at 3000 Earl Goodwin Parkway.
Correct.
It almost slipped me. I'm like, wait a minute, we're all in one ears. Look. So if you know where to eat on Sunday, then if you know where to eat on Sunday after church, then you know exactly.
Crazy thing is, workforce development is right next door to All in One.
Yes. So that is amazing opportunity to grab lunch and talk about your future, right?
Thank you.
All in one place. So I want to thank you, Chardae, for taking time out of your day to share with folks all of this wonderful information. And if you are tuned in and listening, or you're watching and you're wondering what in the world, you just tuned in, what in the world we were talking about, we have been talking about all the amazing opportunities that are available through the Workforce Development Department at Wallace Community College here in the historic city of Selma, Alabama. Reach out to Miss Austin and her awesome team. The Teen Tech Center is on Wallace's campus. So even if you have a high school student who is interested in technology, there's a app for that, right? There's a program for that. But everything from welding to community mental health worker to heavy equipment operation, you can find all of that information, life-changing, job to career changing resources right here in the historic city of Selma, Alabama. And it doesn't take 2 years, y'all. The longest program is 2 months. So it is worth the opportunity, the chance that you're going to take to pick up that phone and dial the number. Again, we're going to drop all of those links right in the comments. Y'all please tag and share. And until next week on Wednesday, until we have an opportunity to get together again, we want you to get out here and start building some wealth. Every day gives us a chance and a choice, and we want you to take the chance and make the choice to get out here and build some wealth. See y'all next week.